Hello and welcome to Papercrafting Playdate. My name is Robin Armbrecht at Really Robin Stamps. Thank you for joining me today. It is April 11th, 2025, and this is episode 147 of Papercrafting Playdate. And today we are going to tackle a pocket card that also has a pop-out pocket on the inside. And so it's two pockets. And who doesn't like pockets? It's like the best thing ever. So this particular card fold will be something I think that you'll like to keep in your back pocket as a crafter when you want to send a gift card and make something quickly and easily for someone special. So let's begin with making sure we are streaming. We're going to look at the table here, talk about a couple things coming up. Welcome everybody joining me live. Thank you so much for being here, showing up and being with me in my craft room today. I appreciate it. And if you get to watch this later on the replay or down the road, I welcome you and so glad you're here as well. Please take the time to leave me a message and let's talk about stamping. Let's talk about card making. Let's talk about the projects and what you're up to. Hello, everyone. Anita says, I love a dress with pockets. Is that the greatest thing? Like, why? All pants, dresses should have pockets. Jackets, pocketless things are of no use to me. I need a pocket. So let's talk about a transition in the catalog. So you probably may have seen this if you are a Stampin' Up! Fan, but if you're brand new, Stampin' Up! Is coming out with a new catalog starting May 6th. And so if you are a customer of mine, I will be sending you a catalog in the mail sometime before the end of April. And if you want to be my customer, you can sign up to get a catalog sent to you. There's a link in the description box of this video that you can use to sign up for that. There's also a link if you want to be on my email list so that you stay up to date on things. This catalog starts May 6th and it's full of all kinds of goodness. I'm just going to use one or two little things from it today as a sneak peek. But mostly I'm going to be using things that you can currently get as of right now in April 2025. The other thing that you need to know about, and this would be a good thing to be on my email list for because you'll get all the information in an email, but starting next week, April 15th, there's going to be a new rewards program from Stampin' Up! To all the customers. So when you place an order going forward, beginning next week, you are going to earn 10% in rewards on every order you place, starting at a $20 price point. So anything above that, you're going to get 10% back. And you're going to get to use those kind of like loyalty dollars is what they'll act like. You get to use those up to like a year later. So again, I'm going to share all the details in an email, but this is something really exciting for you because it will be more than the current reward systems. You're going to get a lot of good stuff. So I still will be offering my rewards as well. And so you see I don't have a host code up here, and that's because the host codes are going away. And so you still get a reward with me with a $50 order this month in April. It's going to be a mystery grab bag of card making supplies. And so that is my reward. And I think we're good. Let's go ahead and look at these cards that I have received this week. And they're just gorgeous. This card is so perfectly balanced. I love it. Just simple, clean lines, a little bit of a ribbon there. So beautiful. This is from fellow demonstrator Rachel Chamberlain. She lives in Central Illinois like I do. Just gorgeous. I love it, Rachel. Thank you so much. And here is our bookbinding a gatefold card we did a couple weeks ago. This is from Julie. Look at her little focal point cluster here. She's got that beautiful ribbon Little greenery sticking out. So beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it. That yellow paper, gonna miss that. This is from a fellow demonstrator, Tamra. She is actually in my group, the Butterfly Friends, and so we do a kit together every 3 months. We do a mystery stamping every 3 months. We have a regular get together every 3 months. This was a project that I sent them in their kit together. They get 4 free projects from me every quarter. And so we did this kind of wonky window, is what I call it, technique. And I gave them this piece of two-toned bubble bath cardstock, and I challenged them to stamp something on it, anything, and maybe try coloring on two-tone cardstock with blends, because that's something we are just learning about, right? And so this was Tamara's take on it, and she actually sent it to me, which was so sweet. Doesn't that look cool? And then the card base is basic gray, so it really brings out that stamping. Thank you, Tamara, for sending that to me. Love it. Oh, Sandra also made a couple of those gatefolds last week. They're so nice. I get to go to a Stampin' Up! Event tomorrow locally, and I am going to, my make and take is going to be those bookbinding gatefold cards too. This is from Wanda. She made this cute little Easter card with these little die cuts. Cute little message. I like that one of the eggs is made out of the foil paper. It's really cute. And then I don't know if you can see that she embossed those with an embossing folder, so they look, it just makes, texture makes all the difference. And this card is from Mary. This one blew my mind. Okay, so here's the front. It's got that beautiful, beautiful butterfly, the arch dies. Okay, but look how this opens. Like this. So when it stands up, it's so beautiful how it displays. I'm going to have to just dissect this, not literally, but make some measurements and try to figure out how you did this, Mary, because this is just beautiful. And if anybody knows what this particular fold is called, I would love to know that as well. So put that in the comments if you know. It's really cute. Thank you, Mary. It folds up so beautifully. Love it. Thank you for the cards. All right, let's get to our project. I am going to stand up. All right, so we are going to make a pop-up pocket gift card holder. And so I'm going to put this over here, see if we can make that work. Hi, Anne. I do think we need a tutorial on that last butterfly card too, Peggy. I agree. I would like to, so like if I said, if somebody do some research here, and if you know, maybe Mary will be watching and she will put that in the comments, what this particular fun fold is called. Some kind of standout pop up something. I love it. Okay, so this particular pocket card is super easy because it starts with just your regular card base of 5.5 by 8.5. So here's my template. There will be a PDF as always for this project today on my website blog, reallyrobinstamps.com, so you can find all the information and you can download that PDF and use it as a reference while you craft, or you can watch this video while you're crafting, then we'll be crafting together. How's that sound? So we score 2.5 and 6.5 on this particular piece. So we're going to do 2.5. Let's move the cutting blade. 2.5 and 6.5. Okay, so if you don't like to take the minute to do the arm so that you can go all the way across, you can just flip this around and the other side is 2 inches. Okay, so the middle section, the base of the card is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 because these are going to fold together. So again, you can score it at 2.5 and 6.5, or you can score it at 2.5, flip it around, and do it at 2. Okay, so this is Timid Tiger. This is going to be one of the new in colors. Okay, so I'm folding both of these towards the inside, so it kind of seems like it's going to be a gatefold, but one of these is going to be a pocket and one of these is going to be the flap. Okay, so the 2-inch one is going to be the pocket, and then this is going to be the flap that opens for the card. Now, I did not come up with this pattern today. I have some very special friends who are watching, Sherry and Deb and Ginger, and they are stamping in Canada today. And I was so lucky I got to go on a couple of their little retreats with them. And they're so much fun to hang out with. And so they called me when they were stamping on Tuesday, I think. And that was so sweet because I felt like I was being part of their stamping group again. And I gave them homework. I said, could you think of something for me to do on Friday? Because I was out of ideas this week. And so Sherry sent me this design. And so she found a reel from a demonstrator named, well, her YouTube is Creative Moments by G. And it's 2 sisters, G and Maud, who work together. So they have a website and a YouTube. In fact, I linked it below so you can go see her create this project. You can see her ideas. She's really excellent. So this project came from her. So thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. Hi, Charlotte. Okay. So this is so easy so far, right? So you can see I put adhesive here. There's some little dots there. That's where you're going to put your adhesive to make that pocket. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use tear tape, but you could also use liquid glue or Seal Plus. Just have to remember whatever you use. Depending on what you want to slide in and out of the pocket, you can't make it wider than the space between the tape. Okay, so this is the 2-inch side. Hey, Deb. Okay, so here's the flap. So let's decorate the pocket of the card base, and I'm going to use this paper. So this is the sneak peek. This is Celebratory Sips is the name of this paper. So it has a kind of a fun cocktail or fancy drink theme to it. Lots of bright colors. The Timid Tiger, the new Darling Duckling is a color in here. There's a little bit of that Secret Sea and the cloud cover in this paper, little hints of it. So there's the A side. Here's the B side. So you can see more of the Secret Sea and some cloud cover. This is Strawberry Slush. So lots of great colors. This is the Timid Tiger. So that's why I picked that striped piece, because this card is actually going to be a Father's Day card. And so I thought we'd start out with a masculine card from this paper. So this piece of Designer Series paper nests right onto the pocket, and it has a little border there. So this piece is 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And then the one that goes on the top is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. All right, so there is our card. Let's go ahead and make the insert for the inside. So the actually, we're not doing that in this one. We're building here. We're just making this a pocket card. And so I have a piece that's going to fit perfectly on the inside. That's 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I just have my basic white here. And we'll just take a little piece of this piece of designer series paper that coordinates, and we'll just give it a little reinforced border at the top like that. So this is where you can put your message. It's kind of fun when you have a pocket card to just have something that'll pull out. You could put little tags in here. Okay, let's do the front. I wanted to play with this package of ephemera called Greetings for All. You get 6 sheets, 2 of each, and they're great basic greetings. There's holidays in here, and then also just like all the ones that you need for, birthdays, thank yous, thinking of yous. Congratulations. So I wanted to use something for Father's Day. So I'm using this Father's Day and this Thankful for You. We're going to put together a little focal point. And so I already cut out this die. It's this large banner here from the Essentials, Stitched Essentials, I think it's called. And that's going to just kind of overlap like that. And then I went ahead and just cut out right from the designer series paper this little fancy drink. And so we're just going to make sure this all fits on here before I start gluing it down. I'll probably do like that. So I'm going to put that right in the middle. Let's glue this down. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Diane. Okay, so I'm going to put the Thankful for You like that. And since this is just designer series paper, I'm going to not pop it up because it doesn't have a lot of stability to it. Just make sure it stays on the card. And we'll just tack it down. But we will pop up this Thankful for You. We need a small one. So there's our front, Thankful for You. And then I'm going to put the greeting, Happy Father's Day, just right there. Just a little bit raised, so it'll kind of be like right on the edge there. Sherry. Okay, so we're just going to make this a little bit cuter here by adding some color to our greetings. So one of the great things about these greetings is the ones that are on the white paper, actually you could do this on the black paper too. You can color them. You could use your blends or you can use markers and you can add some color. You can actually blend some ink into there as well. So I'm going to take my regular markers because I don't have blends yet for the new colors. We get to order those on May 6th as well. And I'm just going to outline. I know that's really far away. So I'm just adding some of that ink. Using the bullet tip. So it'll just kind of look like there's a colored shadow that coordinates. And I'll pick up these 3 colors that are also in this paper. Okay, so we've got the cloud cover and the timid tiger and the darling duckling. Okay, and the last thing we need is just some embellishments. Okay, those are our new in colors. All right, so this is just a basic pocket card, okay, but it's going to be the same exact style, but we're going to add an insert when we make this next. Okay, so love a pocket card. So I found and used some of the greetings from that ephemera pack and created one for Mother's Day. And it's just a regular pocket card. Okay, so if you want to just make a regular pocket card, you do all this, and then you add this insert instead of this piece right here. Okay, so this is going to make more sense as I keep going. So let's move to the next one. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to not use designer series paper and just use ink and paper, ink and cardstock. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this piece of pecan pie that is 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to score it at 2.5, and I'm going to turn it and score it at 2. And then we're going to take a piece of white that is 4.25 by 5 7/8. And I'm actually using the white Willow 12 by 12. It's a little thinner than the basic white. And we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 3 7/8. So 1/2 inch, 3 7/8. Okay, so again, this is 4.25 by 5 7/8, and we just scored it 1/2 inch, 3 7/8. So this makes a pocket. We fold up on the 3 7/8 line, and then we actually fold back on the 1/2 inch line. I need to clean this bone folder. I'm noticing I'm picking up old adhesive and rubbing it onto my cardstock today. I think we need a total craft room cleanse here. All right, so this piece right here is going to get attached to the inside of the card, and that's what makes the pop-up. And then this is going to make the pocket. So let's go ahead and make the pocket here so you can see what's happening. just using tear tape right along the edge. Okay, so here's the pocket. So like, this is how a gift card fits in there, like that. And so we have this little flap up here. So we are going to attach it eventually, but let's just go ahead and put our tear tape there so we're ready. Okay, so we put tear tape to make the pocket, and then we're gonna put tear tape up there. Okay, so let's work on our pocket card base. So this is pecan pie, if I forgot to say that. And again, I thought, let's not use designer series paper. Let's just do all stamping. So I'm going to take pecan pie ink, and we're even going to make it monochromatic. And we're going to take a background stamp. So this is on online exclusives right now. It's called Painted Stripes, and it's got that beautiful distressed watercolor on watercolor paper look. One of the distinctive type stamps. So we're going to use that to add stamping to this bottom flap. It'd be really cool if I could do the whole thing, but I'm only going to do the bottom flap. And I'm going to do tone on tone with pecan pie ink on pecan pie cardstock. So let's move that over. Okay, so I'm just going to cover up the part but I don't want to get stamped. Now, usually it's easier to do a background stamp in reverse, but since I'm lining it up, okay, I'm gonna have to stamp this more than once. Just to get that edge there. So let me move it down a little bit. Okay. So that's going to be our bottom flap. And then on the top flap, we're going to just create a little background. So this card I'm making for someone in particular. And the other stamp set that I want to use is this new one. There's one for moms, females, one for dads. He's the greatest, she's the greatest. So I have this one that I'm going to use, and it's so cute. It has every kind of female position on there. Grandma, daughter, human, aunt. Love it. Making this for my daughter because she just adopted a dog this week. And so I'm going to send her a little dog mom card for Mother's Day. And so you can see how you can put all these little greetings together in such a cute way. So I'm going to take some of these greetings or images, and I'm just going to stamp a little bit. So we've got this bold stripes down there, and so we're going to stamp some words. But I'm not going to do the whole thing. Just gonna want to layer them kind of like bricks. Move that. around. We'll get all kinds of what I like to call mixed messages, but not the bad kind. This is the good kind, where you layer all the things you want to say. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we're going to take this little paw print. And we'll put that in the background. Okay, so now we've got some character there. So we've got, this is how it'll look when it's closed. Now, one of the things you can do when you're doing tone on tone like this that just adds so much is to also go ahead and just do some blending around the edges. And so we're going to go around the edge of this top part. So it gives it just a nice shaded look like that. Okay, we did that. So let's put our pocket together. Just like we did on the first card, the pocket goes together the same way. You put the tape on the 2-inch flap, not the 2.5-inch flap. Hi, Diana. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Mara. Hey, Mary. We all want to know how you made your card. We want a tutorial on this beautiful card. Okay, I'm loving this. Okay, let's put the insert in. Make sure I don't have ink on my fingers, highly unlikely. So this just goes inside, and the way it's sized, it fits just exactly. And so you want to put it right along the score line for this flap here. Okay, so you open up the 1/2-inch flap, lay it flat, got your adhesive on there, make sure it's centered right along that score line. And then you close the card. Okay, so when you open it, let's see if you can look at it this way. When you open it, it pulls up because it's attached to the top flap, and so it makes that little pocket, inside pocket, go up and down. So I could do that all day. All right, so what we're going to do is make our front here. I used the Everyday Essentials dies again, and I used this particular shape right here, and that's going to go on the front like that. Before I get, let's just add a little shading around this too. I'm gonna get it everything nice and warm and pecan pie. Okay, so I want to layer the words mom and dog. They don't quite fit, so but I really liked this shape, and so what I'm going to do is overlap them with ink. And so I'm going to do the mom in pecan pie, but we're going to stamp it off so that it's a lighter value. And then we'll pick up dog. I'm going to do that in black so it'll show up. And we'll just kind of let those overlap. That's so cute. And then of course we have to, this is the most fun right here, is to stamp that little puppy dog face. He's so cute. He's so cute. Okay, so I already did cut him out, but now let's color him. So we're going to take our pecan pie blends, since we're doing monochromatic. I'm going to start with the lighter blend. Okay, I forgot to show you. So here is the new grand puppy. His name is Severo. He's a little mix of like a foxhound and a beagle. Now we'll take the dark. So he kind of has like a white on his nose, so I'm not really going to nail how he looks, but it'll be close enough. We'll blend those together. We'll just leave a little white by his nose. Highly recommend coloring. Coloring is just always fun, and it's fun to make something come to life with coloring. And then if it's little like this, oh my goodness. So now we're just going to put him, let's put it over here. And I'm going to stick that right on top. So I'm going to just line it up where I want it to be. Look right. Put one up here. Okay, so now we've got like, you're the best dog mom. So we got to decorate the inside. So I printed this picture of Severo. And I don't know if you guys try to incorporate pictures into your cards sometimes. I'm sure you do. I picked this up to use with my planner, which I make into a scrapbook. And this is just an HP sprocket. And it prints 2 by 3 inch prints on sticker paper. You just hook it up, it works with an app. And so this is the print that I got, and I'm just going to put that up there. So I'm going to trim it so that it'll be more like a square. Without cutting his paws off. Let's see if that fits. Do a little more. He is a big puppy. Ooh, that's not going to quite fit. Let's see. I'll cut a little bit more off there at the top. Okay, there we go. So that's going to go up there. It's going to be a little harder to peel since I trimmed it. Okay, and what are we going to do to finish this up? We'll put Happy Mother's Day on the inside here. And this was just three separate stamps, so you can mix and match all of these together, which is really fun. And then let's take our puppy, and we'll just make a little border. Okay, so we'll find a fun gift card, maybe from PetSmart or Chewy.com to put in there. Or maybe I'll just give her something from the spa, right? Because new dog, lots of work. Okay, I'm going to embellish this really simply with our Naturals sequins. This is just my favorite package of embellishments. I use these all the time. Okay, I want you to start thinking outside of the box a little bit with this idea, because even if you don't want to put a gift card in there, you could still make things pull up, right? You could just not have this second piece here and just have a piece that kind of pulls up to reveal maybe a message. See how the dogs are hidden when it's closed, right? And as you pull it up, they pop up. So you could have another, secondary message there. Okay, we'll just put 3 on there. Okay, so this is the pocket pop-up, just with ink and stamps. Sometimes I just want to use ink and stamps, I love Designer Series paper. I couldn't live without it. But sometimes I just want to make everything with ink. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to show you. Okay, so here's another one where it's monochromatic, but dressed up a little bit with some foil paper. And so I was playing with the fancy borders because I think this is a perfect bundle to kind of marry with something like this, where you've got the options to make some decorative edges. And so this is a new online exclusive that came out in March. And so this is the one I used here, and it just made this nice little scallop border, and then I put gold foil behind it. Also used this, which just cuts out like these hearts, so you could do a little row of hearts. Wouldn't that be cute? If you wanted to use 12 by 12 cardstock and make your flap, you would make this longer, okay? So you had more of a flap to work with, because these only overlap by a 1/2 inch. These two flaps, the one that makes the pocket and the one that creates the front of the card. So if you wanted more room to make a bigger border, for example, you could use 12 by 12 cardstock and cut your card base 5.5 by 12. All right, so anyway, I thought it would be fun to pull in these things from this fancy borders, and so I just made a background again, and then used this fun piece right here to just create. So think about using this as a sympathy card. Sometimes it's nice to just get a gift card for somebody who has lost somebody, so that they could just get some food if they don't feel like cooking. And so this is a nice way Okay, so let's just keep thinking. Okay, so could be an Easter card. Obviously, it's an Easter card. This could be a gift card for Easter, and I wanted you to see how if you use the two-toned cardstock for this inside piece, then it really helps it to stand out. You can really see where the pocket is, and I even just ran my fingernail along here just so that white edge would pop. So that is a fun little version with cardstock. Here's another one. And here is where I used the ephemera again, but I used the darker ephemera for a graduation card. This is the basic black two-toned cardstock, so you can see how it like coordinates with the card base, but yet it stands out as well because of the shininess, and then also that it's two-toned. Okay. Of course, you can turn this and make it a portrait card or a tall card. You have to get a little more creative with your greetings because you have this tall place. But how about a gift card for a gardener who is so excited it could help them out, get a little something for their garden. So cute, little Menards card. Okay, so I mean, I think this version, the horizontal version, I like better, but I mean, let's just consider everything. I did try making this with designer series paper, and so I did a whole strip of 12 inches by 5.5, and you can see it does overlap quite a bit. So I just folded it back up and to kind of reinforce this flap, because designer series paper is much more flimsy. And then I put it on a 4.25 by 5.5 piece of cardstock to give it stability. So I guess I cut this 5 1/4. Sorry, this is 5 1/4 by 12. Okay, so somebody who's maybe studying abroad or is going to go on a trip this summer, you can give a little gift card or just a fun little message. So this doesn't really have a place for a gift card specifically. You could put it, just still tuck it in the pocket, but I thought it'd be fun to make these tags. Now these, because this is made out of designer series paper, it doesn't move quite as easily. It's a little more fragile because of the weight of the designer series paper versus cardstock, but it still works. So that's kind of neat. And the last one I have to show you is an anniversary card. And this one I covered with designer series paper, but I didn't leave a border. I just made these pieces here, 5.5 by 2.5 and 5.5 by 2 to cover up everything. And again, I used the two-tone cardstock on the inside. Nice because it doesn't add the bulk to the inside, but also because you can kind of see the pocket a little bit better. Did some coloring on the lettering. And so there you go. So we're just making 2 today. We've got 2 versions of this card. So let me take a minute to look at the comments and see if you have any questions. And then I'd love to know what nope, I still need those to read the comments. I have my distance contacts in today and I can't see anything in front of my face. Thank you, Pam. Hi, Colleen. Hey, Tony. Thank you, Terry. Yes, the one that I didn't get made, Terry, that I really wanted to, I wanted to make the card base similar to this one, I guess. I wanted to try to make the card base out of two-tone cardstock because it's kind of in between designer series paper and regular cardstock as far as the weight of it. And just to see the difference in the stability of it. But I ran out of time. Severo is cute, isn't he? I can't wait to meet him. Thank you, Beth. She likes the dog mom card. I'm excited. I can't wait to send it to her. So simple. I love it. Thank you, Carol. How are you? Thank you, Beth. Hey, Linda. Hi, Barb. Hey, Cindy. Hi, Narita. You can't be late. You can watch this. You can watch it anytime. Hi, Donna. Hey, Cheryl. All right, so, oops, let's bring our regular pocket cards. All right, so put these two designs to work. You can just make a pocket card for a cute little message that comes out. You could even just put a whole picture in here. You don't have to write anything. You could kind of trim a picture down to 3.5 by 4.5 and stick a picture in there if you wanted to, like, have a thank you follow-up for something you did where you took a selfie and you want to send that to the person. Or you can make it pop up. Now there is a vertical version of this pop-up pocket card that I've done a video on before, and I actually linked that video in the description box if you want to go back. I did 2 different gift card holders on that video, and one of them is very similar to this, except it's the vertical version. And so that will give you even more ideas. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Graduation, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, graduations. Did I say that already? All the good things that are coming up. All right. Hi, Faye. Hi, Ginger. I'm going to let you go and get to work. And I hope that you enjoyed this easy project. Thank you again, Sherry, for bringing it to me. Anytime you guys have a great idea, send it my way, because it gets hard to think about things after a while. And so I appreciate a direction and even just knowing what you want to learn. I saw Anita said, maybe could you talk about color? No, I can't find the comment. Color theory. Can you share information on color theory and design? I would love to dive deeper into that. So maybe be specific and let me know exactly what you were talking about. Hey, Stephanie. That would be great. All right, you guys, everybody have a great weekend and make some pocket cards and maybe put a pull up little gift card holder inside. And until next time, happy creating. Thank you so much.